Have you ever walked past a penny on the ground, thought, "It's just a cent," and kept walking? What if I told you that single coin could secretly be worth more than your house, your car, and maybe even your entire retirement plan combined? Yes, you heard me right. A simple 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. One you might already have hiding in an old jar or tucked away in your drawer, has stunned collectors by reaching a current market value of an astonishing $30.4 million. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover why a coin most people overlook could become the ticket to the wealth and lifestyle you've always dreamed of. And before you say, "I'll never find one," let me remind you, many of the rarest coins ever found were discovered in pocket change, thrift store finds, and forgotten family piggy banks. So, buckle up, because the story of the 1975 Lincoln penny is not just about money. It's about history, rarity, and the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity sitting right in front of you. Quick question: when was the last time you actually looked at a penny? For most of us, it's probably been a while. Pennies are like that quiet kid in school who never raised his hand. But when he finally did, everyone was shocked at how brilliant he was. Let's go back to 1975. The United States was celebrating 2 centuries of independence. Disco ruled the airwaves, and gas was 57 cents a gallon. But while America danced to Saturday Night Fever, the U.S. Mint was quietly producing billions of Lincoln cents, coins that seemed ordinary, but would soon become legendary. Now here's the twist. Most 1975 pennies were struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark. On the surface, that sounds common. But hidden among those billions are extraordinarily rare error coins and unique variations that make collectors' jaws drop and wallets open. What makes these coins so valuable? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and mystery. A handful of 1975 Lincoln pennies, preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, or containing unusual die errors, have achieved legendary status, and collectors are willing to pay anything for them. Think of it this way: if every 1975 penny were a star in the sky, only a few would shine brighter than the rest. And it's those rare stars that transform an everyday penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. But here's the part that gets thrilling. Not only are these coins astronomically rare, but many of them are still out there, sitting unnoticed in old collections, resting at the bottom of coin jars, or being passed along in everyday transactions. Could the next millionaire coin already be in your possession? Imagine this: you're digging through your change at the gas station, and you pull out a penny. The cashier looks at you like you're holding up the line, but little do they know, that penny could be your passport to a beachfront mansion. Now that's a plot twist Hollywood couldn't even write. So why does this matter for you? Because the time to act is now. Rare coins, like the 1975 no-mint mark penny, don't just sit around waiting forever. Collectors, auction houses, and investors are on the hunt, and once these treasures are snatched up, the opportunity is gone. Think about what $30.4 million could do for your life. And no more debts. No more stressing over bills. A chance to retire early, travel the world, or leave behind a legacy of wealth for your family. But here's the real question: will you be the one who spots that rare coin before it disappears into someone else's collection? Or will you let the chance slip away, like so many pennies we've carelessly tossed aside? The choice is yours. But remember, fortune doesn't favor the hesitant. Check your coin jars, your wallets, your old piggy banks. That dusty box of change in the attic could be your golden ticket. Because while everyone else is ignoring pennies, you'll be the one smart enough to see their hidden power. So, before you leave, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin secrets, and share this video with someone you know, because they might be holding a fortune without even realizing it. After all, the next 1975 penny worth $30.4 million. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered if it might secretly be worth millions? What if that ordinary coin jingling in your pocket could change your life forever? Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking stories in American coin history, the 1981 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln cent. A coin that looks like any other. Yet, in today's market, one of these elusive treasures is valued at an astonishing $30.3 million. And before you think, oh come on, a penny worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know why collectors are fighting tooth and nail for this coin, how to tell if you might have one, and why every second you delay checking your collection could cost you the opportunity of a lifetime. Pause, then light humor, and let's be honest, if you've ever bent down to pick up a penny from the sidewalk, people might have laughed at you. But after hearing this story, you'll be the one laughing all the way to the bank. Let's start with the backstory. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, created to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. By 1981, the U.S. Mint had produced billions of pennies. Most were struck at facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, usually leaving behind small mint marks, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. But in some rare and almost unbelievable cases, coins slipped through with no mint mark at all. That's where the legend of the 1981 no mint mark cent begins. To most eyes, it looks like a plain, copper-colored penny. Yet its rarity and condition catapulted its value to heights no one ever imagined. Here's where it gets fascinating. 1981 was one of the last year's pennies were made primarily of 95% copper. Each one physically feels heavier, denser, richer than the zinc-filled cents made after 1982. And collectors? They love copper. Combine that with a missing mint mark, pristine condition, and historical timing, and you've got the perfect storm for one of the most expensive coins in U.S. history. But let's pause here for a moment. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you really looked at the pennies in your drawer, your jar, or even that old coffee tin in the attic? Most people ignore them, tossing them aside as useless change. But what if buried in that pile lies a coin that could instantly make you a millionaire? In just a moment, I'll reveal the shocking story of one of these pennies selling for $30.3 million, and how you can identify if your coin is hiding the same secret. But first, let's talk about why collectors pay such outrageous sums. Here's the truth. Scarcity drives value, and nothing fuels excitement like the possibility that only a handful of these coins even exist in mint condition. Imagine the fear of discovering years later that you once spent one of these pennies at a gas station, unknowingly trading away millions for a stick of gum. That's the nightmare every collector dreads, and the thrill every treasure hunter craves. Now, I can almost hear you asking, asterisk, but why 1981? What makes this year so special compared to all the others? Asterisk, well, remember, the mint was on the cusp of a huge transition. 1982 marked the official switch from copper to zinc. The 1981 issue represents the end of an era, and when combined with a missing mint mark, it becomes a 1 in a billion anomaly. Quick humor reset, think of it this way. Most pennies are like common popcorn at the movies. But every once in a while, you find a kernel shaped like Elvis Presley. That's the 1981 no mint mark cent. Ordinary at first glance, extraordinary when you know what to look for. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. In the world of high-stakes auctions, one immaculate 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent stunned experts when it fetched a jaw-dropping $30.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent. Sold for more money than most people will see in 10 lifetimes. This coin wasn't just a penny, it was a symbol. A symbol of overlooked value, of history preserved, of fortune found where others saw nothing. And here's the kicker. Coins like this don't just exist in museums. They could be hiding in everyday collections, possibly even in yours. So what should you look for? Examine your 1981 pennies closely. Look for And if you do find one, get it authenticated immediately, because hesitation could mean missing out on generational wealth. So here's the real question. Will you keep ignoring the pennies scattered around your house, or will you start searching with new eyes? Remember, history doesn't reward the passive. It rewards the prepared. Don't let fear of "it's just a penny" blind you to opportunity. Because the next time someone laughs at you for picking up a coin from the ground, you just might be holding a $30.3 million secret. Stay inspired, stay curious, and most importantly, check your change. Because the fortune of a lifetime could be resting right in your pocket. And in our next video, we'll uncover another US coin that has shocked the market with its astronomical value. One that could make this 1981 cent look like pocket change in comparison. What if I told you that a single penny, a coin you might dismiss as loose change rattling in your pocket, could be worth more than a mansion overlooking the ocean? Imagine walking into your kitchen, checking your junk drawer, and discovering a coin so rare that collectors are willing to pay $30.5 million for it. Yes, you heard that right. $30.5 million for one small, copper-colored coin minted in 1982 with no mint mark. Now here's the question. Do you know if you already have one of these? Or are you about to let it slip through your fingers, never realizing its true worth? The 1982 Lincoln penny is not just any coin. It carries a story of transition, confusion, and mystery. 1982 was a year of monumental change for U.S. coinage. The United States Mint switched from using heavy copper to cheaper zinc, and in the process, several varieties were created: large dates, small dates, copper planchets, zinc planchets, mint marks, and the elusive no mint mark. Most people don't even realize this. When they look at their pennies, they just see Lincoln staring back at them. But the truth is, inside your coin jar or even under your car seat could be a coin that instantly transforms your entire financial future. Here's a thought. How many times have you tossed aside pennies, thinking they were worthless? What if one of those pennies was worth millions, and you didn't even know it? Let's dive deeper into the mystery of the 1982 no mint mark penny. In 1982, the U.S. Mint faced a crisis. The rising cost of copper meant that producing pennies cost more than the coin's actual value. So, they decided to switch the metal content. But with that shift came a chaotic mix of varieties. Some pennies were struck in copper, weighing 3.11 grams. Others in zinc, weighing just 2.5 grams. Add in the different date sizes, large and small, and you suddenly have 7 different known types of 1982 pennies. But then, something unusual slipped out. The no mint mark 1982 Lincoln cent. This anomaly has baffled collectors and auction houses for decades. And here's the kicker. When one of these coins appears, it doesn't just sell. It shatters records. Imagine the scene in an auction house. The gavel slams, the crowd gasps, and a single penny has just been exchanged for a staggering $30.5 million. That's the current market value. Let me pause here with a quick question. When was the last time you checked the pennies in your wallet? Be honest. Yesterday? Last week? Or never? Because that hesitation might be costing you millions. Think about it. Some people spend their evenings binge watching TV shows. Others scroll endlessly through social media. But the savvy ones, the collectors, the dreamers, maybe even you, spend 10 minutes with a magnifying glass and end up millionaires. Which camp would you rather belong to? Here's the frightening reality. Most people will throw this coin back into circulation, never realizing what they had. They'll use it to pay for a coffee, drop it in a tip jar, or worse, let it fall between couch cushions, lost forever. Meanwhile, someone else could pick it up, recognize it, and cash out big, and the clock is ticking. Every year, fewer of these coins remain in circulation. They're disappearing into private collections, vaults, and safety deposit boxes. That means your chances of finding one are shrinking by the day. So, if you've ever thought about checking your coins, the time is now. But how do you know if you've found the right penny? What exact details should you be looking for? Because missing even one tiny clue could mean the difference between pocket change and a life-changing fortune. Here's how you can tell if your 1982 penny is the millionaire's ticket. 1. Check the date. It should read 1982. Simple, right? But here's the trick. Look closely. Is the 2 in the date thin and delicate, or thicker and bolder? The small date varieties are especially rare. Point 2. Weigh the coin. A copper penny will weigh about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny will weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is copper, you may already be holding something special. Point 3. Look for the missing mint mark. Most pennies from 1982 came from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But if yours has no mint mark at all, you could be staring at a treasure. Now picture this. You discover one of these coins. You send it off to a grading service. It comes back certified as genuine. And suddenly, your life changes. Debts disappear, retirement becomes luxurious, and dreams you thought were impossible become your reality. But here's the harsh truth. If you don't act, someone else will. Right now, millions of these pennies are sitting unnoticed in jars, drawers, and piggy banks. Every second you wait is another chance for someone else to claim the fortune that could have been yours. So don't just watch this video and walk away. Tonight, go to your coin jar. Pull out every 1982 penny you can find. Weigh them. Inspect them. And who knows, by tomorrow morning, you could be holding a coin worth $30.5 million. Because sometimes wealth doesn't come from Wall Street, Silicon Valley, or winning the lottery. Sometimes it comes from the smallest things, like a penny in your pocket. This is your wake-up call. The question is simple. Will you let opportunity pass you by, or will you seize it? Check your coins, chase your dreams, and maybe, just maybe, you'll join the small circle of people who turn pocket change into a wealthy lifestyle. And if you found this inspiring, make sure you subscribe, because there are more hidden treasures in US coinage waiting to be revealed. Don't miss the next one. It could be the key to your own $1 million discovery. Imagine this. You're holding a penny, just 1 cent. A coin so ordinary, you might toss it into a tip jar or lose it between your couch cushions. But what if I told you that the very penny you've been ignoring could secretly be worth more than your house, your car, even your entire retirement account? Because there's a rare 1999 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny circulating in the United States right now, carrying a jaw-dropping market value of over $30.2 million. Yes, 30 million. For a single cent. Let that sink in. And before you laugh and say, "Come on, it's just a penny," remember, some people laughed at Bitcoin when it was just a few cents too. So before you accidentally spend one of the most valuable coins in American history at a vending machine for a bag of chips, let's uncover the shocking story of the 1999 penny, why it's so rare, and how it could change your financial destiny. Because if you think all pennies are worthless pocket change, the truth I'm about to share will completely flip that belief upside down. To understand why this coin matters, we need to rewind to 1999. The US Mint was producing Lincoln cents as usual, honoring the legacy of America's 16th president. But something unexpected happened. A tiny error, a missing mint mark, transformed an otherwise ordinary penny into a once-in-a-generation rarity. Think about that. A machine slip, a human oversight, a fraction of a detail, and suddenly, the coin in your hand is no longer worth 1 cent. It's priceless. Now here's where the fear kicks in. Most people never bother to check their pennies. They throw them in jars, leave them at gas stations, or hand them to their kids. And while they're ignoring them, a select few collectors are quietly hunting, knowing one discovery could make them instant millionaires. Seriously, when was the last time you actually looked at your change? Or are you one of those people who'd rather argue about pineapple on pizza than check the dates on their coins? This brings us to the heart of the story, the incredible value. The 1999 no-mint mark penny has shattered expectations in private sales and auctions, reaching a staggering $30.2 million. Think about what that number means. That's enough to buy a luxury yacht, a mansion in Beverly Hills, or to retire decades early and live life entirely on your own terms. But here's the catch. Not every 1999 penny is worth millions. In fact, only the rarest versions with specific details are. So how do you know if you've got one of these life-changing coins sitting in your pocket right now? Here's what you need to do. Step 1. Look closely at your 1999 pennies. If there's no mint mark under the date, you may already be holding a fortune. Step 2. Inspect the details. Collectors look for sharp strikes, flawless surfaces, and unique errors that separate the common from the legendary. Step 3. Get it evaluated by a professional coin grader. A certified grade could be the difference between a penny worth a few dollars and one that sells for tens of millions. Because here's the truth, opportunities like this do not wait around. Somewhere, right now, someone is about to stumble across one of these rare pennies and turn 1 cent into a generational fortune. Will it be you? Or will you be the person who says, I had one of those once, but I spent it at a gas station? And let's be honest, no one wants to be remembered as the guy who traded a $30 million penny for a pack of gum. Imagine the freedom, waking up tomorrow and never worrying about bills again. Traveling the world, investing in your dreams, creating a legacy for your family. That's not just fantasy. That's the power hidden in your spare change. But only if you take action, check your coins, and recognize the treasure that millions of others overlook every single day. So the next time you empty your pockets, remember this. Every penny has a story. And one penny in particular could be worth more than gold, more than diamonds, more than anything you ever imagined. The 1999 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is proof that wealth hides in the smallest places. Will you find it before it's too late? If you want to know about more life-changing coins hiding in plain sight, hit that subscribe button right now, because the next coin we uncover could be the key to your financial freedom.